Hey guys, Zach from Rock and Road Performance here. Today we're going to be revalving these 2.5-inch King smooth body shocks. So we're going to want to start by loosening this set screw in the wiper cap here. It is a 332 drive Allen head screw. All you have to do is about a quarter turn. Screw does not need to be removed all the way. Next step, we are going to use a spanner wrench. Spin this cap free. With the cap now up and out of the way, we're going to discharge the nitrogen from the shock. To discharge the shock, we are going to remove the Schrader valve cap. On the new style Kings, they have this threaded cap on the reservoir end cap. Remove the cap and depress the Schrader valve. We're also going to remove the valve core. With the shock now discharged, we are going to depress the seal head so we can get to the snap ring. Now with the snap ring exposed, we're going to use a pick from the bottom side of the snap ring, pull the snap ring up and out. At this point, we can remove the shaft assembly from the shock. Okay, now with the shaft assembly set up in the vise, we are going to start by removing the nut. With the nut removed, we can now take off the piston and shims. Now we're going to go ahead and lay out the shims so that we can get them measured. This is going to be our compression stack. The compression side of the piston has 6 holes and 3 return ports for the rebound. That is the compression side of the piston. 6 holes, 3 rebound returns. This is the rebound side of the piston. 3 holes and 6 compression return ports. These 3 holes out here are for bleed. All right, so we've got our shock ReValve now based on application and driving style. We're going to start the bleeding process. We're going to want to get the piston completely submerged in oil. Right now you can see there's air bubbles in there. It is coming from air trap between the shims. So to remove the air trap between the shims, we're going to want to tap on the end of the shaft with a dead blow. Something nice and soft that's not going to hurt anything. And we just want to tap hard enough to get the shims to crack. You don't need to beat it to death, or you're just going to cavitate the oil. You do need to tap it hard enough that you're not just getting oil coming through the bleed hole in the piston. And then we will repeat the process. All right, so we've repeated the bleeding process. We are getting no more air bubbles out of the shock. It's time to slide the seal head back down. We want to make sure not to trap any air at this point of the assembly process. So we're going to push down till we're touching the top out washer or the stroke limiter. We see a little bit of oil coming out from between the seal head and the body. A couple air bubbles there. We're going to work it around a little bit until those air bubbles go away. Don't see any more air. We're going to push this guy back in. Unthread the cap. Slide that up and out of the way. I'm going to use a paper towel to clean the residual oil out. Alright, got enough room now. We can get the snap ring put back in. So you're going to use a pick to help me make sure this is seated all the way. Make sure it's clicked in. Push on it all the way around. That's seated. Now we'll get the cap threaded back on. Snug up that cap with a spanner. Snug that set screw up. Just snug. Doesn't have to be super tight. Now with the shock reassembled, I'm going to reinstall our core. Now we've got the core installed here, we can go ahead and charge it with nitrogen. Install our cap. We'll slide our hardware back on. This shock is now revalved and ready to go back to the customer. Thanks for watching.